reasonable with a story that is just not reasonable. What I want to point out, now let me just throw this out there on my own defense, is that I have come to the same belief system as most Christians. I have no problem with what Christians say they feel is having Jesus in their soul. I have this exact same feeling. I've been connected with the Holy Spirit. I have been led to miraculous events. I have been guided forth by God, and this has been always my crusade, is to show people that this loving divine force actually exists and that it will guide your life. But the Luciferian concept of manipulating your own world to fulfill your ego-driven desires is the Luciferian Masonic occult orders that have taken and usurped the divine nature. And that's how we started in the beginning, with the ideas of sorcery usurping your own divine nature. Now here's the big deal. I have never read the Bible. I was never raised with Christianity. I was not brought up with a faith at all. My family were Freemason. My mom was Eastern Star, but my dad chased flying saucers for the government. He built nuclear missiles and was on Killer One submarine with Jimmy Carter, but I knew none of this. I knew none of this, and I was in contact with the Holy Spirit, with God, whatever you want to take it, and it never once brought me to the Bible. And I think honestly that the Bible is not the story of God whatsoever, and that you can make the connection yourself, and there it will be real, because I am living the life that most Christians only describe. They say, oh, I want to have Jesus in my heart. Well, I have that Spirit in my heart. I have it leading me, guiding me, and bringing me miracles, and I don't need the Bible one bit. I think the Bible is mind control that is leading you astray. It is causing you to disconnect with your very soul nature.
So you think that Christ or God can witness to you or guide you without man?
Yes.
Without influence from man?
Exactly. You don't need a book.
All right.
All right. Well, let's just.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's just crank this down. Let's just get this thing out. Freeman Fly, are you the devil?
No, I am not.
Okay. All right.
I may be a prankster, but I'm not the devil.
Okay. Thought I'd ask. So, what you're saying, and this is the thing. On the edge, we have.
Question.
What's that?
I'm just willing to question. Okay. I'm willing to question anything.
Okay.
And you can get kicked out of a church for questioning.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Don't do that.
Mind control.
Don't do that.
That is mind control. Okay. So, and that's one of the things about the edge. We have never been afraid to ask the questions, and as such, we have been accused of being the devil, been on the Satan's. I mean, we got the Illuminati or whatever. We're working for the man. We're trying to undo.
We're done off the boat.
We're off the boat.
And we're sinking.
Yeah,
we ain't walking, we sinking.
Yeah, we are.
But see, they're playing that tune. That's the thing. They're bringing about an Armageddon script that is going to fulfill these prophecies that people believe they understand because they have been outlined in books like Left Behind, and they are going to fulfill this prophecy just to enact an agenda. So they're using your own belief system against you.
Yeah.
And if you can take it and detach from the system that created it, if you can detach from the ideas of patriotism and churchianity is what I'd prefer to call it, and start to feel your own soul vibe, then we can start to find solutions. But as long as you're looking within the magician's spells for your answers, you're never going to find one.
Well, my view of it is, Freeman, that with all the guests we have on, we don't expect that any guest will come on this program and have all the truth. We expect to gather little nuggets of truth from each guest, no matter what the topic, no matter where they're from, no matter how ludicrous it appears to be to someone else. We feel like everyone has a piece of the truth, and if you put it together, we believe that the truth will inevitably lead to the truth. It will lead to the truth, no matter what the truth is, because nobody's been on the other side. Everybody says, I know what the other side is like, and come with me, join me, and I'll tell you what it's like over there, although they've never been there. So, if the truth is the truth, it doesn't matter who we have on the program or what their point of view is. They're not going to change the truth. They're not going to make the truth. They're not going to destroy the truth. The truth is the truth.
Exactly. And if you consider this is how the priestcraft have taken over, they have usurped this whole idea of death and life, and they have been the ones selling you, you could go buy your faith back from the Pope if you needed to, or from the Cardinal, get some, if you realize that, okay, understand that Walt Disney was a fine Freemason that was raised to instill mind pattern programming into society, and that's why they always introduce death at the beginning of their cartoons. That's why Bambi's mom died, Little Nemo's mom died, the mermaid, they just on and on.
Yeah.
They want to introduce death so that they can control the powers of life and death.
Well, what about that guy with the rifle always trying to shoot the rabbit? He never really kills him.
Yeah, but they want you to be thinking about death, and that's how evil Disney is.
Wow.
I could get on and on and on about Disney.
Okay,
but we're running out of time, aren't we?
Well,
we are.
Daniel wants to ask you a question because from our viewers, we have a request.
Yes, we have a number of viewers that are asking for you to remain past our normal time. Freeman, are you available to go to an overtime?
Sure.
20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. Is that good?
Yeah, I'm free.
Okay. All right, everybody.
Okay, viewers.
There you go. Freeman has agreed to stay longer on the program, and certainly we appreciate that so much. By the way, this audio and video will be posted up on the Edge's website tomorrow. We have a link to Freeman's website. And by the way, let's talk about your website here at the top of the hour, Freeman. What would people expect to find on your website?
Oh, madness. Absolute madness. You go to freemantv.com and you're going to find all of my articles, my radio shows that I've done guest appearances. I am doing 2 radio shows right now, the Free Zone and Radio Freeman. They are on Oracle and on Revere Radio at the same time as your show, unfortunately, but the archives are there. You can go listen anytime you like. There's no interruption. Don't worry about that. You're going to find all of my television shows and videos, and what it is that I have had this knowledge, this understanding, as I say, with that picture at 10 years old, and as I became to understand different people's ideas, I found that they were all saying the same thing, so I invited them all on my TV show to tell me their version. So what you'll find in there is people that I've invited on to my show to explain to me how they found the same answers I found, because we're all coming from different roads and coming to the same conclusions.
Right.
So you'll find tons of information on freemantv.com.
Well, in that what I just said though about truth, if there is a truth, a universal truth that cannot change, people will inevitably arrive at the same destination.
Kind of like magnets. They
Yeah.
kind of draw each other,
It has to be.
A central magnet, and then everyone's just kind of drawn
and perhaps, Jamie, on that theme then, perhaps the anger that Freeman says that is being foisted upon humankind is really that sort of the magnetism that rejects the opposite, that repels.
Right.
And
it knows.
Yeah.
It knows.
Yeah, that repels.
Knows.
Easier repelling each other rather than attracting each other, become stronger, which is what magnets do. They're repelling and fighting each other, and they can never be stronger.
And you'll never hear this in a church building.
No.
No. You won't even hear it on Coast to Coast.
I have tons of stuff to go into on that very topic if you want to carry on with that later.
Sure.
All right. What's the topic?
Well, there's magnetism. Actually, I visited Coral Castle, the concepts of CERN and their logo being 666, the idea of them destroying, creating, and then transmitting energy or matter to another dimension. This is what the Satanists are into, and this is a big part of the story of how they're planning to escape.
Really?
Well, we want to know.
Now, how do they plan to escape? Are they going to underground with Dick Cheney in some underground bunker?
Well, that would be the level of humans, the ones that are not the Nephilim, not the fallen angels. You see, I do believe, and that's why the story gets confused, because a lot of times I'll go deep after the symbolism, like I did with Lucifer, because I do not agree with the concept that Lucifer is this fallen angel. That's a composite. Right? If you want to believe Dante and Milton, then maybe, but not from the Bible. It is not. So what I'm saying is that I do believe in the concept of these extra-dimensional beings, because when you start to research secret societies and people that have been at the height of research of secret societies, Manly P. Hall, Pythagoras, Albert Pike, you name it, Adolf Hitler, they're all in contact with extra-dimensional beings. Mm-hmm. And so I do not rule this out, because that's where the evidence leads. Right.
You use the word extra-dimensional. Can you put that in extraterrestrial too, or are they all extra-dimensional? Explain the difference of that?
Okay, we've started to come into new terminology now that we're moving forward into more exopolitics. So it has become now that if you say alien, then this means an actual being.
Right.
And when you use the term extraterrestrial, is more of an extra dimensional, what you would think of as angelic or demonic force. So it has taken a turn in that we're having to figure out new terms to understand where we're at. But you have both. You have beings that are fully fledged, and I personally believe that reptilian line, the Greys and the reptiles, have lived on planet Earth most likely longer than we've been Homo sapiens, and that they are these flying saucers that everyone are seeing are coming from subterranean bases run by these gray reptilian beings. So you have both. Now you've got to take into account